What's good, YouTube? Flash Speaks back once again. All right, so the for the WNBA, the Rookie of the Week honors that just came in, and we have two players, one in the East and one in the West. And in the West, we have, of course, none other than Angel Wilson. I'm sorry, who gave us 25 points, 9 rebounds. The best player in the W that I've seen, and the best women's basketball player I've seen probably since I would like to say Maya Moore, or Candace. I'll say Candace only because she's a big, Maya Moore is a different type of game, you know what I mean? But yeah, she's the best the best player in the league right now. The true face of the league in terms of if you're talking about quality of player, not just the other nonsense stuff that people are watching for, and then the surprise, but not really a surprise when you really look at it, but probably a surprise for some, is that the Eastern Conference Player of the Week was none other than Angel Reese, the Chi-Town Queen of Rebound. Oh man, y'all know why I'm laughing. Only because I'm just anticipating the reaction, and I've already seen some. Right now you got a whole group of people out there making up narratives and creating narratives that have never existed in the history, of this country, woke, quote unquote, ESPN pushing Angel Reese, pushing her. like they out there getting them damn rebounds and getting them 17 points for them. Listen, 17 and 14 is monster numbers. That's a lot of work. And then just earlier, I was actually going over some stats, and I'm going to probably put out a video really soon, but I got to get all of my numbers and everything in order. But what it will be is comparing the rookie seasons of Angel Reese and also Caitlin Clark. And like I've said, I do officially believe that an argument can be made for either one of these young ladies. People who truly believe Caitlin Clark is so far leading in the Rookie of the Year race. I'm not mad at that. I don't think it's outlandish. I don't think it's ridiculous of a position to have. I at the moment don't agree with it, but I think it's a valid choice. It isn't like someone picking a player who was out there averaging 8 points or something outlandish. You know what I mean? But when I was looking at the stats, I saw some very, very interesting things. When you look at the hard numbers, you figure the most important stats, points, rebounds, scoring, and points, rebounds, steals, and assists. Both Angels leading in 2 categories, and Caitlin is leading in 2 categories. So for those who go that simple route, then you would look at that, and then you'll I guess whatever stats you value the most. Most people tend to value scoring the most, right? So they'll look at that, and then they'll look at assists, and others value the rebound, others value the steals. So the choice may be based on that. I don't know. I can't explain why everyone chooses what they choose. Most people appear to just be biased in general, and already have a lot of preconceived notions and those types of things, which they allow to either inform or dictate the decision that they end up making. But I started to look a little deeper because I think the hard numbers are comparable. So when the hard numbers are comparable, then I started to look at other things, PER, win shares, and a number of different things like that, usage rate, all of these different things. And I'm going to point them out. But something that's really fascinating about Angel Reese? Angel Reese, by the numbers, she has the highest win shares of everyone on her team. Number 1 in win shares, which kind of tells you that she Her play impacts winning more than anyone else on the Chicago Sky. So a valid argument can be made that she is the best player on her team. This is despite the fact that she has the third highest usage rate on the team. Kennedy Carter has the highest usage rate. Angel Reese has the third highest usage rate on the team. She's used the third highest, but has the most win shares. That is really fascinating. Whereas with Caitlin Clark has far and away the highest usage rate on her team. Matter of fact, Caitlin Clark is the only rookie with a top 10 usage rate in the league. She has the 8th highest usage rate of any player in the league. However, despite this, on her team, she doesn't have the most win shares. The player with the most win shares on her team is actually Aaliyah Boston. Because when you look at win shares, they factor the defensive impact, offensive impact, all of those different things. Now, I just thought that was interesting, right? So for those who really, and I don't have a problem, like I said, with people who believe Caitlin Clark should get the Rookie of the Year or is the leader. That's fine. But the problem I have is with individuals who act as if Angel Reese isn't even like in the conversation. And then they try to, they come up with all these different nonsense excuses and narratives, suggesting that ESPN, wants Angel Reese to win it. Or, because they're woke, it's like some handout to Angel Reese. And all of that, excuse my French, is a bunch of bullshit. That's what it is. The truth of the matter is that these individuals want Caitlin Clark to get everything handed to her without earning it, simply because they have collectively decided to band together and watch her play and spend their money on tickets and stuff like that, because ultimately that's all it is. They believe because they're bringing this new attention to the WNBA, they believe that because they're bringing this money to the WNBA, they believe because they're bringing this, participation to women's basketball, that women's basketball or the WNBA in turn should reward Caitlin Clark because of what they're doing as a collective fan base. If you really get down to the nitty and gritty of it all, like, they'll never word it that way, but when you look at the reality of what's happening, that's all it is. They believe because they like this person and that they watch this person and that they spend their money on this person, that this person should be handed things. And that is despicable because it undermines the integrity of sports. Sports has to come boiled down to player performance and wins and losses. So there's no need to get angry at like Monica McNutt, for example, and others who ultimately see the numbers as comparable, because really she could make a better argument than that if she wants to, but she already knows she's dealing with a very sensitive fan base who are motivated by a number of other things outside of basketball that we don't really have to mention right here because I think we all know what's going on. She could make a very stronger argument, but really she made a very safe and fair argument. Whoever has the better record will be the leader. And right now, I think Indiana might actually be in the lead right now. So if Monica McNutt was asked that today, maybe she would say that Caitlin is leader right now. I think that's fair and that's safe. But when we look at the stats, look at the statistics, Angel Reese has a very, very strong argument for being Rookie of the Year. And that's why right now, without a doubt, it's still my choice to be Rookie of the Year. And it seems like the league agrees, okay? They're rewarding her 17 and 14 week, Hey, it is what it is, man. So tell me what y'all think. Peace out.